Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining this webinar about the Master of Science in Finance and Data Analytics. My name is Luc Mulling. I'm the moderator of today, and you join in to hear more about this program. We have the two professors, well, the professor, actually say, and the student recruitment coordinator with us. So they'll be able to hopefully provide you all the information, and you can also ask any questions that you may have. And you can do that through the panel called Questions at the right bottom. I see also you can chat with us, of course, so you can do that through the panel chat. And exactly, tell us where you're logging in from. That's great to see for the presenters as well. Also, I'll be opening up a couple of poll questions. There's one open already. So let us know a little bit more about that, your background, and also to get to know you a little bit better. And last but not least, we have a little fun button. So you can also interact with us through the button at the bottom of the screen. So you can react and share and raise your hand, for example, if you want to be presented and interact with us in other ways. Without further ado, let's go over to the presenters. As we have with us, as mentioned, the academic program coordinator, and that is Firas Badnini, if I say that right, but he'll be able to introduce himself and the program from there on. Good luck, Firas.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone to be here. It's a pleasure to present the Master of Science in Finance and Data Analytics. So I introduce myself, Firas Badnini. I'm Professor of Finance. I'm the director of the program, so I will explain to you the main reason why you have to choose this program. So the program is designed to bridge the gap between finance and cutting-edge technology. So we know everyone that now in this area, coding is very important. So we start by the first slides. We speak about the reason why you have to choose this program. So as I said, it's very important to have both knowledge today, so about artificial intelligence and finance. We are in an era where data driver decision in everywhere, even in finance. So the program will equip each students with the tool to transform complex data in actionable insights, preparing for the future jobs in finance. If you aspire to work in investment banking, we think that the future will be a mix between finance and artificial intelligence. And that's why we would like to give you the opportunity to be one of the beginner in this new era. And the principal reason why this program is very, 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 very good for this future is that we mix, first of all, finance and coding. We give you everything. You're going to have the skills to master artificial intelligence, machine learning. You will learn the banking, investment banking, how can I say, knowledge from the best professional in Paris, Frankfurt, London, and even Luxembourg. And we have a good experience with teaching finance because we have a lot of master and we have a lot of alumni, more than 3,000 or 4,000 alumni now in finance since the last 20 years. Now let's look a little bit drive in this program. So the objective of this master is, of course, to give you in the first semester a good knowledge or to help you to master coding. We will start from scratch. Don't worry if you don't have any background in coding or principally in Python. We will start from scratch, as I said. We will start with the introduction in Python. And in the first semester, we will start to introduce finance too. So the biggest view of finance means corporate finance and market finance. And of course, for the part of coding, we're going to have some courses about mathematics, of course, and statistics. But don't worry too, if you forget or you don't have the good skills, we will start from scratch too. We're going to review everything. Of course, we will cover only the part of math and statistics that will be very important for finance. And that's why we will not cover all the math and stats that you're supposed to do in engineer school. Advanced financial market analysis, the opportunity to do this, the good opportunity for the students who will be part of this program, that they will be capable at the end to analyze markets, to derive strategic decision, example in M&A or private equity, to lead innovation. We're going to have a model about fintech in data-driven world. As I said, in the first semester, we will focus on the part of statistics modeling to predict, of course, to be able to predict the market trends. Of course, we know that today we have data everywhere. And all this data could be very useful to analyze. And not only data in terms of data, we have even text, we have even picture, image, information everywhere. And all this information should or could be very useful for the manager to take their future decision. And you're going to be able next year to interpret and to use all this information to change it or to how can I say to prepare this information to be able to use it in your future finance decision. The curriculum now, very quickly. The curriculum, even if it's maybe a little bit too large for you, I will give you simple image about the program. So the first semester, as I said, we have about 120 hours dedicated for principally coding and statistics and math. So this is this part, introduction to Python, advanced Python, data science for finance. This is a part where we will do a lot of math, AI and machine learning at the end to be able to do your own box or your own chat box. Corporate finance, later, we will introduce the corporate finance and financial market in finance in the first semester too. As I said, for the ones who didn't do any finance or they didn't have any background in finance. And we will start to teach you even ethics. Ethics is very important now, principally in finance, to be honest. And of course, we will introduce now the both ethics in finance, ethics about data, because data has to respect some law now. And research methods, I will come back to this part at the end. In the second semester, we will start to apply the coding parts for financial courses. We start by sustainable and global challenge. As you know now, ESG investment is very important in finance. So we have to cover the different indicator in ESG. You have to learn the theory before. And after that, we would like, example, to do a big project with the students that will help you to, how can I say, give a score to any companies in the world automatically by a model. So each student will have to do his own model. After that, we're going to have some courses about investment banking, and even financial modeling. When we speak about financial modeling, is more about valuation. So we'll be able to evaluate any company in the world and help with the help of your data knowledge, data science knowledge, you will be able to even do big model that will be automatized, and you will be able to give any price for any company in the world in 2 minutes. Of course, the human part is very important. Don't think that AI will solve all the problem. So you have to be able to to compute the solution, or to complete the solution by yourself. Uh, and the financial risk management in finance is very important to manage the risk. So it's very important. It's important to manage the risk too, and to do to cover this risk. Okay. Last the last the last part will be about the fintech courses. The fintech courses, M&A, private equity. Both of them are linked, because when we speak about M&A and private equity, the exit of the fintech. Fintech, as you know, is the automatization of finance services. So, with your programmation courses, you will try to do some automatics programs, and maybe you're gonna think to create your own fintech, or maybe you're working in a fintech. And the M&A and private equity is very important for those students who would like to do this project, in order to think how they can solve their companies. Or you could, of course, working in a fintech and help them to make an exit, or to collect money, to collect funds. Uh, the strengths of the program. This program is principally taught by professional. And as I said before, professional comes from the different area, and the biggest place in Europe, like London, Frankfurt, Luxembourg, and Paris. And they can gonna help you to do real world project. Means each student will work by himself on his own project, in order to help you mastering everything from A to Z. And we have a good experience in this kind of project. We have a lot of alumni who worked already on different projects, and this professional will help you to do it by yourself. And not only that, they will come back at the end. You will do an oral for each project. You're going to have an oral with the professional, not the ones who helped you, but someone who never seen your project before, or never seen you, and they're gonna come and try to evaluate your works. Time to time, we try to organize some challenge between students, of course, in the school, between different program, but we compete in global challenge, like the Bloomberg Challenge, Refinitiv Challenge. We try to encourage some students to compete in the challenge, and time to time we have a good ranking. Um, as I said before, so I already covered that you're gonna have a good faculty and industry experience expertise, and this professional will help you even to understand how the banks works, or how the consulting company works, to help you to find an internship. So you're gonna have not only theory or courses, but they're gonna help you even to succeed for the interview. And they can, time to time, can take some coffee with them, or lunch with this professional, to ask for the job market, and the salary and everything. So they will be very helpful for you. Uh, we have a terminal program. We have a room, Bloomberg room, and this Bloomberg room is dedicated principally for our master finance students. It's open all the week, so you can work there. All your projects have to be done by, of course, in this room, or by Refinitiv. So each student will have his own license, Refinitiv, so they can work at home, or you can came in the school and work on the Bloomberg terminal. And time to time too, we will organize some challenge in this master, uh, like a week of trading weeks or scoring weeks or risk weeks. And the objective is to start from at the Monday big project to finish by Friday with some professional that will be there to show you, to explain to you the different steps that you have to follow. So it's it's gonna be very, very practical for the jobs. So the different opportunity, and we cover, as you can see, not only the financial market part, but even the corporate market part, and that's why it gives you some different jobs that you can find on the market. Sales position with trading rooms, quantitative analyst, financial data scientist, risk analyst, portfolio manager. So the jobs links in financial market and portfolio management, or some jobs in corporate finance like financial analyst, credit analyst, or even merger and acquisition analyst or private equity, as I said before, or even working in a fintech or creating your own fintech even. So thank you for listening to this presentation, and if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me.
Well, thank you, Professor. So, my name is Ali. I work at ESSCA as international recruiter, and I'm going to talk about ESSCA, about for the program. Professor already talked about the program, the details, but I will provide further details about like applying, how it will be the process, and all these details. So, first, we're talking about ESSCA. Why choosing ESSCA? So, ESCA was founded in 1909. So there is more than a century of history and experience, and ESCA is recognized in France. We have, of course, the recognition by the state, but also in the international level with the triple accreditation and also Financial Times ranking. So just to have some ideas, for example, ISCA was ranked number 2 for post high school business school in France by Challenges, or number 1 by Le Parisien étudiant for the post high school studies in France, but also for the Financial Times ranking for 2024. The Master Management program was among top 100 programs. Some figures about ESCA. We have, considering all programs altogether, we have around 7,000 students, and also students from different countries, also professors from different countries, and the network of alumni of 20,000 students. And here is the brief history of ESCA and the key points about school. So we have 10 campuses. 6 of them are based in France. The program that Professor mentioned is offered in our Paris campus, and for other programs, other possibilities for students, they are available in different campuses. And just the overview of the programs that we offer at ESCA, different programs, bachelor, master studies, and of course the Master of Science programs. So talking about the student experience at ESCA, there are different possibilities for a student association, network of alumni that the student can reach out for having more information about different companies, different positions, also different activities that is organized for students. And talking about the partnership with different companies and the employability of ESCA students, students that they graduate with master studies at ESCA, they have more than 90% of employability within 3 months of graduation. And as the professor mentioned, there's the action-oriented approach for the studies, because of course it is important that the student learn about the academic part, but also it is important that they have the ideas about how it will be in real life in companies in different positions. So uh, by inviting different professionals to teach in the classes, in courses, we hope to provide this possibility for students to have the academic part, but also the real life part to learn about it, of course. So about the postgraduate programs in general, we have a 2-year master in management program with different possibilities, different specializations. We have one master in management with focus on in business engineering for students coming from business from science or engineering background. But of course, the Master of Science program and the Master of Science in Finance and Data Analytics. As Professor mentioned, for entering this program, there is no need that you be professional in finance or professional in coding programming. However, if you have previous studies, it could be an asset for you, of course. But students from different backgrounds, different jobs, they are welcome to join the Master of Science programs. And of course, the students, if they have prior studies, they will have different assignments as well to ensure that they will practice and they will learn more during this Master of Science program. For the career support, there are different opportunities for a student. There will be different workshops for students to prepare themselves for job opportunities or internships. Also, the network of alumni, the job teaser that we offer at ESSCA, and also the possibility to chat with the professor, to chat with the professionals, to have more ideas about the job markets or how they can prepare for the needs of different positions. So all of these possibilities are available for ESSCA students. You can also visit our website, have a look at the alumni testimonial, and these are some examples of the different activities that the student had, even uh, if sometimes they are more like cultural activities, but sometimes they are like learning expedition to also visit companies, different institutions. Talking about applying at ESCA, for the master management, the requirement is 2 years of studies and B2 level of English. For Master of Science program, the student, if they want to join directly for this program, they need to have a 4-year previous studies, for example, a 4-year BBA, or if they have like a bachelor and master studies, they can join this program directly. If they have a 3-year bachelor studies, but they have worked for a few years, they can also join this program directly. Otherwise, if they let's say just they have a 3-year studies, but they don't have a professional experience for 3 years, they can still study this program, but with the double degree program, where the first year they will study master in management and the second year they will join the master of science that they have selected. So about the application process and how to apply. So every step is online, of course. The student will open application, provide the documents. Different documents, of course, are needed, and after that, the student submit the application. If everything was okay, the admissions office will evaluate the files at the beginning. If all the documents were okay, the pre-selected students will be invited to the admission interview, and later they will have the result of the admission based on the performance during the interview and also the supporting documents that they have provided. One question that I know some students are thinking about it is, so how it will be the possibilities with scholarship, for example, or these possibilities for students. One thing about the tuition fee is the tuition fee at ESCA is the same for French students, European students, non-European students. All the students at ESCA uh, are considered to pay the same tuition fee, so there is no difference if you are applying from different country outside Europe, or no matter where you apply, the tuition fee is the same. And the student have the possibility to request a partial scholarship, and if they are qualified, because well, my colleagues will evaluate the request of this scholarship based on different criteria. If the students are eligible, they could have a partial scholarship for 1 year of studies, and it could be up to 20% of the tuition fee. And the tuition fee of the Master of Science program, is 18,400 euros. And well, the program is for 1 year. And a student, if they wish to have an internship, it could be up to 18 months, because sometimes the student have like a 4 month internship or 6 month internship. So eventually it could be up to 18 months. But for let's say professionals or students, who don't want to have an internship and prefer like directly start their career or look for a job afterwards, it is fine. Uh, they can choose not to have an internship, so it is up to them to decide what they want to do. Well, thank you for your attention. You can find our email address, of course. If you had any question, you wanted to ask about the program, about the school, or anything, feel free to write us an email, and feel free to visit our website as well. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And that was finishing the part of this, the presentation part. However, now is the time for the audience to ask any questions you may have. So if you want to know anything that we haven't explained yet, or want to know more details, and ask your questions. So you can do that to the Pinnacle questions. I already saw some people did that, so I'm going to go through them. Just one important part as well. I know these days a lot of people watch the recording instead of being live. Now, you can actually also interact with us. You can still answer polls. You can still write questions as well. We cannot answer them live, of course, but we will be sending them through to the staff of ESSCA, so they can still follow up with you probably by email. Yeah, so even if you watch on demand, you're fully taken into account and can take advantage of all the options. Now, let's go over for the live audience. We have some questions. Claudie is asking about the campus for residents within the university. Is there residence at the campus, or how is it with the housing?
Well, regarding the accommodation, uh, we do not offer dormitories on campus, but the student, of course, they will, once they confirm their enrollment for the program, they will have access to our international desk, and in that platform, they will have a different sector to prepare themselves for starting their journey in France. Of course, one part of it is about accommodation, how to find accommodation, what are the dormitories, for example, that they can have a look, and to see like if they like the rooms or offers that this dormitory offer. Sometimes the student prefer to have a flatmate, so we have a group that student can join and check with other ESSCA students to find a flatmate. Also, it is up to the students if they prefer to have a room in dormitories, if they prefer to have a flat or have an apartment with a flatmate. It is up to them to choose what they want to do, but they will have information on important things, good neighborhoods, or what are the requirements that they need to consider when they are applying for these accommodations. Uh, Sorry, your voice is mute.
Ah, yes, thank you for that. Indeed. So, yeah, I was just saying thanks for that question. I saw the thumbs up coming, so I think that answered the question, hopefully. Otherwise, let us know. We have a question from Shahid, if I say that right. He is 30 plus, and he's asking if that he can be eligible for the program.
Well, regarding the students who have more experience, yes, of course, they are welcome to apply. We don't have any age limit to apply for the program. And the students, if they have more work experience, it could be an asset for them during the study period. And no, there's no problem to apply if they have a few years of experience and they are considering to get back to school for master's studies. No, we actually encourage the students with experience also to join these Master of Science programs.
Great. Good. Well, thank you again. And let's see, we're going to the next question from Woyut, if I said it right. Does it support work study format? So I guess if you can
Okay.
also work along the sides the study.
So there are two things. First, about I believe it's mostly as a concern for international students. So, considering the students who are studying in France in general with the student visa, they have the right to work in France. So, in general, yes, they can work. However, they need to consider the time management, of course, because they will have, as Professor mentioned, they will have different projects, different things to do for this program, and they need to consider if they have the time to work on the project, assignments, and find a job to have like a part-time job. So for that part, yes. For the other part, if the students are considering the work study program, or as they call it in France, the alternance, this program is not available as alternance because it's a full-time program. If the students are considering the work study programs, we have other programs at ESSCA, the 2-year master in management. For example, they can join and apply for this type of program, but the Master of Science program, they are full-time, and the student cannot have it in work study format.
Okay, thank you. And we received more questions, so we're going to go through them. Claudia asked about the internship. Do you help with finding an internship?
Well, regarding the internship, Professor, if you want to provide more details
Right.
on this part, yeah.
Yes, yes, we have preparation for interview. We have a lot of a good connection with our alumni. We receive a lot of offer each year, and we help really people to find an internship. As I said, we even help you to. We have some oral in the school preparation for oral, and with some professional who was hiring for in investment banking camps in ESSCA, and take some oral with you.
Okay, good. Thank you. I hope that answered your question, Claudie. And we received a question from Shahid. How to apply for the scholarship? You
Well,
mentioned
regarding
about this.
scholarship,
Yeah.
there is no need for further application. Sorry, for further application. The students, when they apply, in the application form, there is the option if you are interested in partial scholarship. If they choose yes, they will be considered for this partial scholarship, and they just need to provide a few paragraph about their request, so they can do it in one application. And after that, my colleagues will consider their request for partial scholarship.
Okay. Hope that clarified that. And I also saw a question just coming in through the chat. So just to make sure I don't miss that one, Nelly was asking how this course can help also to build your own business. Is that something that's touched upon?
Okay, I can answer to this question. Of course, as I said, fintech is automatization of finance. So covering finance courses will help you to understand the needs of the companies, and coding would help you to maybe to think about an idea and to do it by yourself. If you, I don't know, working for M&A today, I know that in M&A part today, EI is a little bit late, and if you understand really how M&A works, and you find an idea about any services who could help maybe the banker or the consulting company to improve their services, or yes, to facilitate their services, maybe you can propose a fintech. You can create your own fintech and do it by yourself.
Okay. Yeah, Nelly did mention something about fintech. So, Nelly, I hope that answered your question. Otherwise, let us know. We'll gladly, we still have a couple of minutes left, so we can go over that. And at this point, I see there's one last question from Woyut. Is this program 1 year or 2 years? Because I wasn't sure.
Well, the study period is 1 year if the student they don't want to have an internship, because sometimes they want to get back to their company. They're just spending 1 year to study, and after that they want to get back to the company, or they are considering to look for a job. Sometimes they may find a job right after the education. So it is up to them. If this student they don't want to have an internship, well, they need to let us know a bit earlier. They cannot like wait until end of the program and they say like, by the way, I'm not having an internship. They need to tell us earlier that I'm not interested to have an internship, and they could have a company-based project. For other students, if they want to have an internship, they want to practice what they've learned. Of course, they can have an internship, and the minimum period of the internship could be should be 4 months. So 4 month internship, 6 month internship, it's fine. So if they took the internship opportunity, the study period could be up to 18 months. So this will be the case. But if the students they don't want to have an internship, they could have everything done in 1 year.
Okay, great. Thank you for that explanation. We got a new question from Dorcas asking about the background in economics and a master in strategy and diplomacy. That's his background. Can he apply with that?
Okay. To be honest, we try to do it. We don't need a real background. Of course, it's better if you have any background in finance or coding, but we suppose that we will have people from different competence. So that's why we decide to say that we will start from scratch. For coding, we will use a platform that will help you to work each week for the ones who never make any programmation before. And for finance too, you will have some online courses that you have to follow in parallel with your courses if you don't have any background knowledge in finance. But at the end, in the first semester, will be dedicated for that. In second semester, our objective that everyone should understood or should have a minimum level in finance and coding to be part of the second semester. So we're supposed to have at least 3 or 4 months to prepare everyone to improve their level. And if you have a background, it's better, of course.
Okay, good. I hope that answered that. Thank you, Dorcas, for your question. Let's see if there was another question in the chat. No, that was Clody who had to go. Okay. Um, thanks for having joined and also your feedback for everybody through the polls. I have one last polling question coming up, by the way. So before we finish, do let us know all your feedback. That is appreciated. And let's see if there's any further question. We still have, last moment to take any question you may have. So just wait a second. I think people are still typing, so I do want to make sure. About the program overview, before I put a link on the screen, I will put it on the screen again because now you see it clearly here. If you click on that, it will open up the website, so you don't have to even search for it. So just click on that and we'll go to the program overview. There you find the apply button as well. So if you want to apply, you can do that right away. And find all the information you still need to to see if you can apply and anything you want to know. So by all means, click on that to view it. And having said that, I think slowly we don't see any questions anymore. So then we can round off the session. Let me see. No, that was it. Okay. Then I maybe want to give you the last word. For my end, I would like to thank everyone for having joined. Just to having said that, for all the audience members, also if you watch live or on demand, these days it doesn't matter. We thank you for having joined, and hope this information was useful to you. And also thank to both the presenters Firas and Ali. Thank you very much for your
Thank you.
time, and that is very much appreciated. Last word maybe over to one of you to just wrap up the session and to thank everyone. And yeah, Badu, by the way, just asked about the scholarship again. I think that has been covered, but just to make sure. But yeah, thanks for maybe a last word on that.
Well, thank you for joining this session. Of course, I know sometimes you may have other questions that you remember you wanted to ask, but feel free to write us an email. You can have our email address in the screen. You can send us an email. If you had any question you wanted to know about or something was not clear for you, of course, feel free to write us an email. And yeah, thank you for joining this session and hope to see you soon at ESSCA.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
everybody. And Firas, thanks a lot as well. Last
Thank
polling
you.
question is promised on the screen right now, and that is to judges to let us know how we did. So give us your feedback. If you want to comment anything else, do let us know by the chat, by all means. And yeah, thanks everyone, and hope to see some of you perhaps in this program next year. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.